sure I like the look of you.
A disciplinary offense. After the event, name, subject, severity, and duration.
You? Who are you then? You don't look like any sort of guard. Ah, you know. Well, that is disappointing. Here I was, thinking my rescuer had appeared, but you're just another lackey for the captain. Unless, wonder of wonders, you're more intelligent than you look. Shrewd enough to see that one of Bard's top people mustn't be left to rot down here. Look, you have to get me out of this cell. I might be the only person who can resolve this whole dreadful mess. Ye gods! That man! He doesn't give up, does he? Look, I don't care what information you take back to him. The man's a narrow-minded fool. He'll never understand this place. I, on the other hand, well, not to boast, but I built it. I'm a far more useful ally to have in this neck of the woods than the captain can ever aspire to. Look, just agree to get me out of this wretched cell, and I'll give you whatever you want. Very well. I had a particular device with me, a signal redirector. The device allows me to remotely alter the polarity of power signals, especially useful for bypassing old security systems. Those buffoons. A very charitable term considering they've accused me of muttering incantations like a fairy tale witch. Those buffoons who confiscated the device thought it was a broken radio. The signal redirector itself is probably being kept in their security office nearby, so have a hunt around. Once you have it, there's an old control room near here that the soldiers have been unable to unlock. Use the device to redirect power to that control room, and you will be able to get inside. From there, you should be able to open the cell doors. I'm sure the cell controls are somewhere nearby. Off you go.
Do as you're told, right?
You have free passage to our prison. Get what you can out of the good doctor, and we can see about making some progress here. What did you learn? How did Garrow manage to disable our security? You mean that radio she had with her was nothing of the sort? Good heavens. The blithering idiots who searched her said it was harmless. Blast them. That's good work on your part. Well done. The more we can understand the barred gadgetry littering this place, the better our chances of escaping. Here, take this for your excellent service. And I presume you have Garrow's device. Hang on to it for the moment. I'm willing to trust you with it. Do not let me down. It may perform wonders, but it won't stop a bullet. You seem very capable, and that more than anything else makes me inclined to place some faith in you to continue doing the right thing. The fates of my force and yours are bound together. You realize that? Help us, and we will help you. Remember that. And in any case, something more pressing has occurred in your absence. Indeed I do. It seems some of the villagers are unhappy with our recent enforcements of martial law and have allied themselves with the savages in the woods. The swine broke in here and stole several items. Most importantly, part of our radio set. Reparations for injustice, they called it. I have no doubt that they intend to make a gift of them to those so-called druids as some sort of offering. That shower of feeble-witted maniacs thinks that anything scientific must be returned to the soil, as if radios are some form of root vegetable, apparently. But what they took is critical and highly sensitive. Yes, that's the ticket. Listen, I have an escape plan. You've helped me, and I'm willing to reciprocate it by bringing you along when we leave. But it's all for nothing if we don't have the radio to send a signal requesting extraction. Once the interference field is cleared. If these druids have our radio equipment, I can make a good educated guess as to where they'll have salted it away. I'll mark the spot on your map for you. I cannot emphasize how vital repairing our radio is. Anything else you find there? Well, that can remain buried as far as I'm concerned. Excellent. Good luck. We desperately need that radio. Without it, we'll be stranded here. Splendid work. I cannot communicate how pleasant it is to be dealing with somebody competent for a change. You have no idea what it's like around here, and I envy you that ignorance. Yes, quite. Finally, we may turn our attention to extraction. You'll no doubt want to know what the extraction plan is. Well, to be blunt, it's you. My men reported the doors to the interchange are open again after 5 years of fruitless attempts to gain entry. And this small miracle just happens to coincide with your appearance, as if from nowhere. I had a suspicion that you might turn up something useful, or die in the attempt. Thus, I was happy to give you your head and let you pry and scratch while I waited. Now we can see the path, and we can escape this trap, you and I. You can reach Windscale via the interchange. Once you reach that wretched place, you must destroy the core of the corruption that has blighted the zone. Blow it to kingdom come. Whatever the scientists found, whatever this Oberon is, destroy it. If you destroy Oberon, I'll wager the interference field will die with it. All we need to do then is call for extraction, as simple as hailing a taxi. Come to me once it's done, and I will guarantee your safety in the chaos that will surely ensue. Be in no doubt. Things are likely to heat up out here the moment you destroy it. Make sure you're ready. survived to boot. Splendid work. Thanks to you, we're going home. There's still plenty to deal with here, but that's somebody else's concern now. I promised to get you out, and I shall keep that promise. And in a single bound, we are free. Ah, splendid work. You'll go into the history books for this, you know. Atomfall couldn't have been fully realized without your help. By the end of next week, there won't be so much as a beetle still alive in the zone. Not a trace of the contamination left. Or anything. Or anybody, in fact. But you can't make an omelette without breaking a few eggs, eh? Ooh, omelette. Something to look forward to. I do love a good omelette. Don't you?
You decided to support Captain Sims and the quarantine protocol. Now the interference field is down, Operation Atomfall can go ahead, cleansing the zone. Cleansing. Sounds so humane, doesn't it? I note that you avoided killing where you could. Was it mercy or a lack of ammunition? Questions. You largely ignored good advice and wise words, which is to say, my advice and my words. Very much a believer in heading straight to the goal, aren't you? Understandable, the zone is scenic, but not safe. Oberon is dead, and the Windscale plant is destroyed. The interference field should rapidly fade now, and perhaps the outside world will finally see what has happened here.